Hey, hello, and welcome to the madness that is the Charlie Marx Show. I'm Charlie Marx, and I often wonder why nobody has ever noticed that all religions appear to be suspiciously similar to each other. Similar enough for everyone to get along, ironically? If you're enjoying the Charlie Marx Show, or even if you're not, then please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notification, and follow the Charlie Marx Show. Also, please share, as sharing is daring. You can also leave me a comment or tell me what's bugging you in the world with the Devil's Advocate. I can also be spied upon by you visiting www.charliemarx.co.uk, or you can buy me a coffee. Coming up on tonight's show, we have all the usual psychotic behaviour plus some other stuff. But before all the insanity which is the Charlie Marx Show, it's time for more facts for our preschool viewers with Professor Peter Phile in The Facts of Life. G'day kiddies, and welcome to more facts which will have you spitting out your dummies in amazement. I'm Professor Peter Phile, and today we have a couple of wonderful facts for you. But first, I just want to let you know that after the last show, I'm back with me wife. Did you know that if all the oceans in the world suddenly dried up, then fishing would be easier? This is possibly due to the lack of water in the ocean, making it difficult for the fish to swim. The only downside to this hypothesis is that rather than using a boat, one would need to order an Uber. And what with the price of fuel, this could become as expensive as fueling a boat. Thus, the cost to the consumer, would be the same. Interesting dilemma, huh? How about this? Did you know that if you were to walk continually for 8 hours a day at a pace of 3 miles an hour and only stopping to browse in charity shops for albums, then you will be too far away from home to play your records? Join me next time for more facts, soon. Vondebra. Now it's time to catch up with all the latest fake news from around the world and beyond with CM News. Good evening and welcome to CM News with me, Marie Antoinette. Breaking news. We now go live to just outside a mosque in Gaza, where our CM news reporter has the latest on some violent clashes between Muslims and Jews. We'll keep you up to date as the story unfolds. Sigamore surgery. The Weaver actress, who was in the Alien movies, is set to return to the role which made her a household name. Miss Weaver, this time, will be battling the gruesome monsters as they crash land in the oceans of Earth and make their way to land. Illegal Alien will go into production in March. More problems for the royal family today, as Prince Harry has admitted to having a dream about Jeffrey Epstein. A spokesperson for the royals said that Harry will now be stripped of his tiles, which will no doubt cause leaks in his shower. Greta Thunberg's parents have been fined almost £1 million by their local education board for Miss Thunberg's absences from school. Her parents are contesting the fine, saying that she was trying to save the planet. A spokesperson for the local authority retorted by saying, "She could have done that during the holidays." And finally, scientists in Sweden have come up with an extraordinary way to lose weight. The method involves getting a needle and a thread and sewing up the mouth of the chunky person. Tests have been carried out on President Orange with remarkable results, including one particular side effect that is shown to be positive. And that was the latest news. This is Marie Antoinette for CM News. Good night. Thank you, Marie, and I know the news can be upsetting for you, but try not to lose your head. More from the CM Newsroom next time. Now, you may be wondering why I have this large hammer on my desk. Well, it's Magellan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, or I'll be inundated with emails from nerds. This, of course, is the hammer belonging to Thor, and is impossible for anyone to lift but the god of thunder. Thank you. Now it's time to roll back to the classics and check out some albums to review. Hi, welcome to Albums Review. I know that some of you, this is your favourite section, and I try and keep it as informative as I possibly can with these albums. This is an album that is a follow-up album. So it's a concept album, which for those of you that aren't au fait with technology, music technology, a concept album is an album that tells a story. And this tells a story from being a child up to not being a child. So this is Maggie May I, and it's Children Don't Milk It. This album is she is an English woman singer songwriter. She's done many different songs, but this concept album I felt was a little too strained, to be honest with you. It has things like You Can Buy Your Council House, Poll Tax is a very good song. Not very popular, it wasn't when it was released as a single, but yeah, it is quite a good song. And Maggie produced this herself, and you can tell because the levels are all over the place. Sometimes we don't even hear her singing because the bassoon is too loud. She also, I was told, was quite hard to work for, towards the second half of the album's probably better. Things like I've Lost My Mark, that is in brackets, it says after that, In the Desert. So yeah, probably worth a listen if you like concept albums. It's probably a wee bit better than The Wall by Pink Floyd, but it does have its moments, but second half's much better than the first half. This is a great album by the lovely lads, and it's a live album from a kibbutz, and it's got Adi Schlepperman, who I reviewed an album a couple of weeks ago, and Nigel Fridge, who, even though he's a politician, he does do some pretty good songs in this. Now, this song there is 204 songs on this album, which is quite astounding, because usually you only get about between 10 or 12, but this one is, I would say this one's definitely, they're shorter songs, much shorter. One of my favourite tracks in it is Give Him His Due, which I found was just, it's the longest song on the album, and it lasts for 12 seconds. And it seems to be just a kind of ranting. There's also Back in Black, which is an AC/DC cover, but they've done it a wee bit different by shouting racist slogans through it, which gives it an edge. I've got to say, it does give it an edge. So, this album came out last month, and so far it's sold 5 copies, which is phenomenal. A great success story for that. But I would check it out, see what you think. It does use certain musicians who are very, very accomplished musicians. You have Hess. He plays the saxophone. Goebbels plays the drums, and seems to be, sorry, I couldn't make that out there. Rabbi Levi plays the bass guitar. So yeah, interesting mixture there. And it's available just now. I would try and get a copy. And if you can't get a copy, if it's not available in the shops, you can go online and get this. If you look up www.zekehale.com, it does have, they do have copies. They've got about 500,000 copies still available, I think. But anyway, that's a couple of albums reviewed for you this week. More next week. And we'll be hearing more about classic albums next time. But now it's time for another roundup of moans and groans and things that go irk in the night with The Devil's Advocate. Here's a thought. Nowadays it's very common to see someone in mid-conversation with themselves as they happily chat without fear of being seen as mental to someone on the other end of their earphones. But do you recall the old down and out sitting on the bus pre-phones happily arguing with someone who wasn't there? Were they crazy? Were you crazy for not seeing the person they can see? Consider this. Maybe there was someone there, and you're the crazy one because you're the only one who can't see who they're talking to. How about this scenario? Perhaps the down and out was from the future, and they had one of those wireless earbud things that allow you to talk via your phone. Or how about this? There was no bus, and you were actually sitting having a coffee in a place that doesn't even sell coffee, and you've given your order to a waitress who, although wears a dress, likes to be known as Timmy the Tree. Or even this, maybe just maybe you're sitting having a coffee and people start looking at you not because they think you're gorgeous, but because you are sitting with your friend who isn't there. Much to contemplate, eh? Thank you for watching the Charlie Marx Show. And remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share and follow me on www.charliemarx.co.uk. You can also buy me a coffee or join the channel for more and so much more. So until next time, if you're not subscribed to the Charlie Marx Show, I'll send my invisible friend round to beat you up.